I want to talk about how I believe God came to my rescue. I think God came to my rescue many a times. I guess I'll make a playlist explaining all the times God came to my rescue. Um, but the most recent is when I was majorly depressed, and that's not me diagnosing myself. That's literally the doctors diagnosing me and telling me that I was majorly depressed. That I ended up in a behavioral hospital. Um, but I want to self delete. I wanted to take my own life, and it's because I had nothing to live for. Like, give you a little bit of context of myself, and this should be most people, I guess. I don't know everything, so but I'm assuming most people are like this. If something doesn't make sense, you're just not gonna do it. So when I lost my kids, it was very complicated. I didn't lose my kids when I lost my relationship. It was very complicated. Co-parenting was always on the table, but there was something about co-parenting that didn't make sense. Just didn't sit right with me. Didn't sit right with my spirit. Didn't sit right with my being. And so I ended up not doing it. It just didn't make sense to me. So ultimately, I ended up losing my kids, and uh, I was fighting for my relationship because I felt like the only way I could keep my kids is if I get the girl back. And I remember I'm sitting in the I'm sitting in the hospital, and I'm basically wanting to end it all, wanting to do bad things to other people as well, basically to go against God because I was Christian when I was in a relationship. And I remember God said, "If you have nothing to live for, then live for me." Right? Eventually, when I realized I couldn't do anything bad and basically I was screwed, um, basically said that to me. He said, "If you have nothing to live for, then live for me." So that's God saved me, and I'll say He saved me in a way because I didn't know what was going to come next. God knew what was going to come next. God's not always speaking to you, right? Like, and He speaks to you in a multitude of ways, especially the Word, right? The Bible. He speaks to you in the Bible and the Word a lot. And that's what it's there for. And He speaks to you through signs, visions, dreams. So when He spoke to me about if you have nothing to live for, live for me. He meant it. He meant it. But he also knew what was about to come. He knew that Satan was gonna he was coming for me. Because in my relationship, I always looked at myself like I was special. I always looked at my daughters like they were special. I always looked at the woman that I was with was special. And when we created these girls, I knew we had something. It was the biggest blessing ever in my life, and I knew we had something special. And I remember, and then God knew how I was gonna raise my daughters. God knew how I wanted my family to operate, how I wanted my family to move, how I wanted things to go in my life. And I knew Satan knew that what what I was planning to do and how I wanted to do and what God was preparing me for. I felt like God was setting me up to speak for Him and all that. So I feel like Satan had to move against me. So when God said, "Live for me," He saved me, and look, He helped me for the future. And the reason that is because it gave me strength, keep pushing, always dwelling on the fact that He said that to me, and that gave me hope. Because when the Satan was attacking me, um, during my depression, it was always like, it's like you're double mind. It's like you have two minds when Satan's attacking you. Sometimes you can't control your thoughts, and it was strong. It was like constant, all day, every day. And he would just be like, "You ain't got nothing," you know. Hard because it's in a way he's telling the truth, and he's like, kill yourself. And he just constantly says it because you're trying to save yourself. Like that's how I am. Like I'm looking, right? I'm looking everywhere trying to save my life, trying to like find some sort of hope. Like, can I fix this? Can I do it? Can I do something? And when you know yourself, you're thinking, man, there's nothing going to save you. So that thought in your mind, you're not thinking it's Satan, but when you really dwell on it, it's Satan telling you. Cause like you don't think like that. You're not like that. You're not like that every day of the week. It's why is it now that my thoughts I can't control them? Like they're just on me every day. It was every day, yo. Before all this happened, yo, nothing could stop me. Nothing could stop me. I believed in myself. I believed in God. Nothing could stop me. I had everything. And then the devil came and took everything from me. And it was like, what am I supposed to be doing, yo? Like, nothing made sense. It's like, everyone's telling me to do this, do that, do this, do that. I'm thinking to myself, like, those things aren't gonna save me. There ain't nothing out there that's gonna save me. I'm looking at it like, they ain't nothing, bro. It's like I can't be like everybody else. I can't live like everybody else. I can't give my life to something that don't make sense. I think about my kids and I'm like, that made sense, yo. So yeah, I look at it, God saving me because I had to dwell on that. I had to dwell on the hope of God, the words of God. I had to, when the devil is constantly just beating you down every day, yo, beating you down, trying to take something from you, right? Because the devil's here to kill, steal, and destroy, right? That's his plan. So he already knew there was something special about me, and he was out to get me, yo. He was just constantly, bro. It was constant. I've never been attacked like that ever before in my life.